Devam Chaivatra Panchamam. All words together. Everyone together. Adhisthana Karanam Cha Prathakvidam Vividhasha Prathakchesha Devam Chaivatra Panchamam. Adhisthana Karanam Cha Prathakvidam Vividhasha Prathakchesha Devam Chaivatra Panchamam. Adhisthana Karanam Cha Prathakvidam Vividhasha Prathakchesha Devam Chaivatra Panchamam. All right. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Pashatade Shatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Can we go live, Prabhu? Or is it live? Can you make me co-host? Yeah, thank you. Which verse are we supposed to begin with? 20? All right. Hare Krishna. So now, what has been discussed so far is about actions according to the modes, knowledge according to the modes. So two things, knowledge, action has been discussed. Text number 20 onwards, discussion on knowledge. Sattva-guna knowledge means you are able to understand the body and soul is different. Rajoguna means body is all in all. Tamoguna means no knowledge, only ignorance. Action from verse number 23 onwards. What is an action performed in goodness? As a matter of duty. And action performed according to Rajoguna, under the influence of passion, for puja, la, pratishtha, for one's profit. What's in for me? And what's an action performed according to ignorance? Illusion, in disregard of destructive for oneself and for others. All right. Text number 26 onwards, about now performance. Mukta sangonam vadi drati ussaha samanvitaha siddhi asiddhyo nirvikaraha karta satvika uchyate. One who performs his duty without association, without false ego, with great determination and enthusiasm, without wavering in success or failure, is said to be a worker in the mode of goodness. One quality of a performer in goodness is consistency. When a person is attached to results, when he does something out of result consciousness, then maintaining consistency is very difficult. Why? Because you will never always get the result that you want. And when it doesn't happen, the person will do another project. So consistency is a symptom of goodness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. A person in Krishna consciousness is always transcendental to the material modes of nature. He has no expectations for the result of the work entrusted to him. Because he is of a false ego and pride, still he is always enthusiastic till the completion of such work. He does not worry about the distress undertaken. He is always enthusiastic. He does not care for such success or failure. He is equal in both distress and happiness. Such a worker is situated in the mode of goodness. Often there is a confusion about the worker in goodness and worker in passion. Our idea is if you're working hard, then it is passion. And if you're working in a little due course of time, and not working too much, that is mode of goodness. That is not the idea. So what is an action performed, or what is a worker in goodness? He works very hard. He does not get affected by the results, and simultaneously is very enthusiastic. If there is an enthusiasm, then there is something, there is a kind of a inspiration to do something. That's the point Prabhupada mentions. He is always enthusiastic till the completion of such work. Enthusiastic means he's going to work harder, right? Isn't it? He does not worry about the distress undertaken. Now, he does not worry about the distress undertaken means, you might have to at times burn your body. He does not worry about the distress undertaken. Why? He is always enthusiastic. He does not care for success or failure. Such a worker is situated in the mode of goodness. Now, what is a worker in passion? Text number 27. Ragi karma phala prepso lupto hi himsatmako asuchihi hasya shokan vitah karta rajasa parikititaha. The worker who is attached to work, which means result conscious, designed to enjoy those fruits, who is greedy and always envious, impure, moved by joy and sorrow, is said to be in the mode of passion. So externally it may appear that both of them are same. Somehow, I don't know, I've seen there's a big gap of understanding where people think if you're really working hard, then you're in mode of passion. If in case that was the case, then our whole movement started in passion. Srila Prabhupada worked so hard. It's not like that. So the difference between mode of goodness worker and mode of passion worker is, mode of goodness worker works very hard. He does not get distress. He does not worry about the distress undertaken. That's what Prabhupada writes. However, the difference between both of them is the worker in mode of goodness is not attached to the results, whereas in worker in mode of passion is attached to the result. What is worker in mode of goodness bothered about? It is my duty. And it is meant because I have been told I have to do it. That is the consciousness. In a mode of passion, person does it because he expects some result out of it. He continues till the time he has some hope he'll get the result. And when he doesn't get the result, he gives it up. Consistency, as I spoke, and then he moves to another thing. So he's too result conscious. A mode of passion person is not conscious about that I am not doing service for others. I am doing for pleasing authority. I am doing it as a matter of obligation. How many of you can understand the difference now? And how many of you see this is a little serious distinction? We often get carried away by proving something and not pleasing. You getting it? Where time and again we get into I need to prove. But who has asked you to prove yourself? They have just told you, do the service and be relaxed. So that's the difference here. Now, when you get into the proving conscious, then what happens? You become greedy, you become envious, and then impure, and then moved by joy and sorrow. Suddenly you'll be extremely happy, and suddenly you'll be like, why it is happening like this? That's all mode of passion. Purpose. A person is too much attached to a certain kind of work out of the result because he has too much attachment for materialism or hearth and home, wife and children. Such a person has no desire for high elevation in life. He is simply concerned with making this world as materially comfortable as possible. He is generally very greedy, and he thinks that anything attained by him is permanent and never to be lost. Such a person is envious of others and prepared to do anything wrong for sense gratification. And if in case others are doing better, then he becomes insecure. Why? Because the consciousness is, I need to prove. But I don't know. In Krishna consciousness is about proving. In Krishna consciousness is all about doing your best. Do your best. And that's it. It's not about we want to prove and walk up the hierarchy and become somebody else. Like that's never the case like that. We bring our conditioned mentality here. Now somebody may say, but Prabhu, we want to please Guru, we want to become the number one in the eyes of Guru. Yes, you can do that in mode of goodness also, no? If you work sincerely. Why to become envious of others? Why to get too much carried away by joy and distress that comes across because of results? You're meeting the results, you're not getting the results. Why do that? Such a person is envious of others and prepared to do anything wrong for sense gain. Therefore, such a person is unclean. He does not care whether his earning is pure or impure. He is very happy if his work is successful and very much distressed when his work is not successful. Such is the worker in the mode of passion. Text number 28. Now, what about the worker in mode of... What about the worker in mode of ignorance? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Huh? Lazy and crazy. Lazy and crazy. What else? Madness. What else? These are symptoms of ignorance. What about the performer in ignorance? What about the situation of worker in ignorance? What will happen? Any quick thoughts? Postpone. Yes, very nice. He postpones. What else? Don't have any lack of clarity. Okay. Doesn't have goals. Good. He postpones. What else? Huh? He is never in serious mode. What else? Irresponsible. What else? So always postponing, procrastination, postponing, irresponsible, always crying. I am so helpless. This whole idea of victim mentality, that's mode of ignorance. The whole idea of victim mentality is mode of ignorance. I'm so helpless, I'm so untrained, I'm so uneducated, I am this. अबे कुछ करना, this क्या कर रहा है? करेगा नहीं, बोलता रहेगा, रोता रहेगा. That is mode of ignorance. Let's take a look. Text number 25. Yeah, cry, but don't try. क्या कहते हैं mantra for today. अनुबंधम शयम हिंसाम अनपेक्षया च पौरुषम मोहादारभयते कर्म यत्तम तामसमुच्यते. Hare Krishna. The action performed in illusion. Hey, wait a second. Where did I go? Sorry, आप लोगों से बात करते हुए मेरा पेज उड़ गया. मैं कहा ये तो कुछ पढ़ा हुआ लग रहा है. अयुक्ता प्राकृतः स्तब्धा शातो नैष्कृतो आलसः विषादि दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते. The worker who is always engaged in work against the injunction of the scriptures. पहली बात तो काम ही गलत है. Who is materialistic, obstinate, cheating, and expert in insulting others. Like, who was expert in insulting? Any thoughts come to your mind? If in case from any itihas, who was expert in insulting? Duryodhana, very nice. Huh? Supranka, yes. Shishupal, yes. Mode of ignorance personality. I mean, it becomes easy for you to understand then. You know? So, obstinate, cheating, expert in insulting others, who is lazy, morose, as I said, procrastinating, set with the work in the mode of ignorance. All right, purport. Mother Medhavni, your hand is up. Go ahead and read. Others who would like to read can also raise their hands. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. A purport to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the scriptural injunctions, we find what sort of work should be performed and what sort of work should not be performed. Those who do not care for those injunctions engage in work not to be done, and such persons are generally materialistic. They work according to the modes of nature, not according to the injunctions of the scripture. Such workers are not very gentle, and generally they are always cunning and expert in insulting others. They are very lazy. Even though they have some duty, they do not do it properly, and they put it aside to be done later on. Therefore, they appear to be morose. They procrastinate. Anything which can be done in an hour, they drag on for years. Such workers are situated in the mode of ignorance.
Hare Krishna. Text number 29. Buddhirvedam Tatishyeva Gunatasri Vidham Shunu Prochyamanam Ashishina Prataktvena Dhananjaya. O winner of wealth, now please listen as I tell you in detail of the different kinds of understanding and determination according to the three modes of material nature. Yes, Rishikesh, pado, purports. Let's see if you'll be audible to online audience or not.
Now, after explaining knowledge, the object of knowledge and the knower need three different divisions according to the modes of material nature. The Lord is explaining the intelligence and the determination of the worker in the same way.
Alright, text number 13. So, first we're going to talk about the understanding. So, let's take an input quickly from all of you. Let's see how much you have kind of understood. So, what would be the understanding if when a person is situated in mode of goodness? Quick inputs. Let's see how much you're able to understand this thing. If anyone wants to say online anything, they can unmute themselves and speak up. Yes, Vishwakarma. Bolo.
शॉर्ट टर्म पेन लॉन्ग टर्म रीड
पर्पट दो भैया तुम बहुत एक्रोनिम मार रहे हो आज अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर्सनैलिटी की बात नहीं कर रहा मैं understanding based on scriptures. You're missing the foremost point. We discussed elaborately yesterday, yes or no? So, what is an understanding? Understanding based on scripture, which means he lives a life according to scriptural injunction. That's the first thing. What else? Clarity. This is a mode of goodness symptoms. We're talking about understanding. You're talking mode of goodness. Understanding, we're talking about. Yes, Prabhu? Ashuru? Understanding simple living, I think, good. Okay. And what you said is also correct. Let's take a look at it. Huh? Okay. Which is to follow scriptures. That way. Fine.
Patience and ability to listen.
Understanding. Understanding. We're talking understanding. Okay. Pravrittam cha nivrittam cha karya karya bhaya bhay bandham moksham cha yaveti buddhi sapata satvikihi. O son of brother, that understanding by which one knows that what ought to be done, what ought not to be done, what is to be feared, what is not to be feared, what is binding, what is liberating, is in the mode of goodness. Performing action in terms of the direction of scripture is called pravritti. An executing action that deserve to be performed. An action which are not so directed are not to be performed. One who does not know the scripture injunctions becomes entangled in the actions, reactions of work. Understanding which discriminates by intelligence is situated in the mode of goodness. Now, what about understanding in passion? Understanding in passion. What would be the understanding in passion? What would be your understanding in passion? Money is honey. Understanding is the only goal is money. Wherever there is money, everything works. Money is honey. What else? Enjoy life. Enjoy life to the fullest. Who has seen God? That is understanding. The understanding is based on sense gratification. To fulfill my sensual desire. That's an understanding. Like Ravana. Ravana represents more of passion. So what is understanding? Enjoy life to the fullest. And to do that, do anything. And that's a platform of selfishness. Text number 31. Ya dharmam adharmam cha karyam cha karyameva cha yathavat prajanati buddhihi sa patarajasi. O son of Prata, that understanding which cannot distinguish between religion and illusion. Action that should be done and action that should not be done is in the mode of passion. What about understanding in or based on ignorance? Understanding according to and ignorance. What's an understanding? Okay, what is again understanding according to ignorance? All actions are against Vedic injunctions. Complete violation of Vedic injunctions, like that. Adharmam dharmam iti ya manyate tamasavata sarvartham viparitam cha buddhi sa patatamasi. Mother Priyanka, please read. Please start reading.
Intelligence in the mode of ignorance is always working the opposite of the way it should. It accepts religion which are not actually religions and rejects actual religion. And in ignorance understands a great stupidity of common man and accepts accept a common man as a great soul. They think truth to be and accept untruth as truth. In all activities, they simply take the wrong path. Therefore, their intelligence is in the mode of ignorance.
You see a lot of people like this. I remember when this CA, Citizenship Amendment Act, so there was one interview of a young lady, I believe from Delhi, and she was some Mishraji or Pathakji, whatever it is, and she was taking part in an anti-CA rally. So reporter asked, "Ma'am, why are you against this CA?" She said, "Oh, don't you understand? What the CA will do? This CA will bring an influx of foreigners to this country. And because they'll come in huge number in India, they'll get easily citizenship. Then our rights will be compromised. We'll not have opportunity for job, and we'll have so many challenges." I mean, that's and then she started saying this is a second again. This is a partition law because it discriminated against one kind of a religion, etc., etc. So, and she's convinced about it. And the reporter was shocked. Oh, really? It sounds like my CTO. If we don't kill animals, the animals' population will increase and they'll come and attack us. Something like that, you know. She's not understanding. Anyways, like this, you see the world, you know, is entirely against all common sense. And you see people like that. So, text number 33. Now, what about the determination? What would be the determination according to goodness, passion, ignorance? Anything? Let's take a quick input. What do you say? What would be the determination according to goodness? Determination according to goodness. Determination according to goodness. Determination is long term. Determination is short term, long term. Okay, I didn't know that. Something like that. Take care. Determination long term. What else? That is appropriate. Determination is fixed. Well, long term also same, which means it ends. So it's fixed. तभी मुझे लगा कुछ गड़बड़ है long term, short term. Determination is fixed. You know, decide कर लिया. अब करना है. Determination, which means keeps up the words. If you have said something, you will do it. That's the determination because I've said it. I've given a vow. I've taken a commitment. What would be the determination according to mode of passion? Okay. My determination is there as long as I get something out of it. Otherwise, I move away. Right? Lack of consistency. And what would be the determination according to mode of ignorance? No determination. Actually, correct. No determination. Correct, you got it. Text number 33. Dhrityaya dharyate manaha pranendriya kriya yogena vyabhicharinya dhriti sapata satviki. All right, Mother Anjana, please read. Yes, Mother, go ahead.
O son of Brahma, that determination is unbreakable, sustain this will fastness by yoga practice, and which thus controls the activities of the mind, life, and senses. Its determination is the mode of goodness. Okay?
Yes.
Yoga it means to understand the Supreme Soul. One who is gathering fixed to the Supreme Soul with determination, concentrating one's mind, life, and sensory activities on the Supreme Life, engaging in Krishna consciousness. That sort of determination is the mode of goodness. The word Avyabhisara is very significant for it implies that persons who are engaged in Krishna consciousness are never deviated by any other activity.
So, what is this determination? This determination comes from spiritual practice. So, how we say determination is fixed? Unless somebody has a spiritual practice, they cannot keep up their words, commitments, and vows. They cannot keep up their words, commitments, and vows. Their determination would eventually fail. Why? Because in mode of passion, your determination is as long as you're guaranteed for food and resource, right? Like, isn't it a determined effort for all of you to get up in the morning, get ready for the office, and leave in time for office? Yes? Correct? But this determination is derived from salary. Imagine if you don't get salary for the next 3 months. Think about what's going to happen. जाएंगे, आराम से जाएंगे, नहीं जाएंगे. Get it? That's the point. Got the point? नहीं जाएंगे. Text number 34. यया तु धर्म कामार्था धृत्या धारते अर्जुन प्रसंगेना फलाकांक्षी धृति स पातराजसी. Ravi Prabhu, please read.
But that determination by which one holds fast to fruitful results in religion, economic development, and sense gratification is of the nature of passion or virtue. But any person who is always desirous of fruitful results in religious or economic activities, whose only desire is sense gratification, and whose mind, life, and senses are as engaged, is in the mode of passion.
Okay, and what happens in ignorance? Laziness, procrastination, no work, no determination. Ya swapnam bhaya bhayam shokam visadam madameva cha na vimunchanti durmeda dhritihi sapata tamasi. So these are the people of daydreaming and always complaining. नहीं हो सकता, ये नहीं हो सकता, वो नहीं हो सकता, like that. Bhayam shokam, always filled with fear. Shokaha, lamentation. And that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, lamentation, moroseness, any reason. मैं ब्रह्मचारी बनूंगा, मैं ब्रह्मचारी बनूंगा, मैं ब्रह्मचारी बनूंगा, पर ब्रह्मचारी बनने का प्रयत्न नहीं करूंगा. मैं नहीं बन सकता, मैं नहीं बन सकता, नहीं बन सकता. दिन में बैठे बैठे सपने देखे ब्रह्मचारी हूं, और जब बनने की बात होगी, काम करने की बात होगी, नहीं मैं ब्रह्मचारी नहीं बन सकता, मेरी मम्मी पापा, मेरा बैंक बैलेंस, मेरा ये, मेरा वो, उसका रोना रहेगा. ठीक है? That's the point here. Lamentation, morose, illusion. Such unintelligent determination, O son of Pratha, is in the mode of darkness. Let me prove. Read the purport also.
In the darkness, text number 35. But it should not be concluded that a person in the mode of goodness does not dream. Yet dream means too much sleep. Dreaming is always present, either in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. Dreaming is a natural occurrence. But those who cannot avoid oversleeping, who cannot avoid the pride of enjoying material objects, who are always dreaming of lording it over the material world, and whose life, mind, and senses are thus engaged, are considered to have determination in the mode of ignorance.
So, which means, to make a point, now if somebody wants to sustain any of the ashram, brahmachari ashram, grahastha ashram, it requires determination. Now, what do you need to be able to sustain it? To be able to sustain, let's say brahmachari ashram, to be able to continue brahmachari ashram lifelong, what is needed? You say determination. But determination has three kinds. So what is needed? Spiritual practice. What is needed? Mode of goodness. Mode of goodness. So all our attempts should be is to come to mode of goodness. Why we wake up in the morning? To cultivate mode of goodness. That clarity should be there, what I am looking for. Then it becomes easy to attain the goal that we have. So how it begins? It begins with mode of goodness. So sustainability, determination, that sustain, that comes from mode of goodness. So if in case you have failed, so somebody says, oh, I want to change ashram, बहुत बुरा लग रहा है, मम्मी की याद आ रही है, something like that. If in case happens, if let's say you join a brahmachari ashram, पापा की याद आ रही है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है, that's something in determination, mode of passion, ignorance. मम्मी पापा का आपको याद नहीं आ रहा, you have to go out and just eat popcorn or samosa. Something is else that is troubling you, which you're not getting in brahmachari ashram, and you're making excuse of mummy papa now here. So that's the point here. So what we need to do is cultivate goodness, each one of us, to be able to sustain our devotional practice. And to cultivate mode of goodness, very wonderful answer Vishwakarma Prabhu gave, right? Pain now, enjoyment later, right? So short-term pain, long-term gain. No pain, no gain. Okay? So this statement has come from Vishwakarma Prabhu. All right? To be noted, duly noted. To be duly noted, matlab, no pain, no gain. So whatever happened, we have to wake up in the morning. All right? No pain, no gain. All right? Okay, where were we? 36, right. Ho gaya? Padna hai. Ab now happiness. What about the happiness according to goodness, passion, ignorance? What would be the happiness if happiness out of goodness? What would be the happiness? Okay, pleasing others, is what going to please you. Very nice. Now you're getting to the point. Correct, correct. Very good, very good. So, happiness comes in serving others. Okay, what else? What else? We'll come to your question. That will do it after our discussion here. Somebody said something. Self-satisfaction. Okay, self-satisfaction. What else? What else? What else? Happiness. Correct? Self-satisfaction. You're happy. Atmaram. What else? Happiness bound, कहते हैं happiness from mode of goodness lifestyle. You know, happiness means you're happy about performing austerity. You know, that's what happiness is. You're happy going with the struggles. Let's take a look at it. Sukham tu idanim trividham shanu me bharata shava abhyasad ramate yatra dukhantam cha nigacchati. O best of the Bharata, now please hear from me about the three kinds of happiness by which the conditional enjoys and by which he sometimes comes to the end of all distress. Purport. Our offline audience is audible now? हो सकता है? All right. Anyone wants to read? Ashok, please read.
A conditioned soul tries to enjoy material happiness again and again. Thus he chews the chewed. But sometimes in the course of such enjoyment, he becomes relieved from material entanglement by association with a great soul. In other words, a conditioned soul is always engaged in some type of sense gratification. But when he understands by good association that it is only a repetition of the same thing and he is awakened to his real Krishna consciousness, he is sometimes relieved from such repetitive so-called happiness.
Text number 37. Yattadagre visham iva praniname amritopamam tatsukham satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. So the practice of spiritual life and culture gives him satisfaction and happiness. That is mode of goodness happiness. That which in the beginning may be just like poison, but at the end is just like nectar, and which awakens one to self-realization is said to be happiness in the mode of goodness. Purport. Please read out somebody. Ritesh Prabhu.
In the pursuit of self-realization, one has to follow many rules and regulations to control the mind and senses and to concentrate the mind on the self. All these procedures are very difficult, bitter like poison. But if one is successful in following the regulations and comes to the transcendental position, he begins to drink real nectar and he enjoys life.
Alright. Text number 38. Vishendriya samayoga yattat agre mritopamam pariname vishamiva tatsukham rajasam smratam. Happiness now, suffering later on. That is what mode of passion. Somebody please read out translation, purport.
Happiness which is derived from the contact of the senses with the object and which appears like nectar at first but poison at the end is said to be of the nature of passion.
Purport.
A young man and a young woman meet and senses drive the young man to see her, to touch her and to have sexual intercourse. In the beginning this may be very pleasing to the senses, but at the end or after some time it becomes just like poison. They are separated or there is divorce, there is limitation, there is sorrow, etc. Such happiness is always in the mode of passion. Happiness derived from a combination of the senses and the sense object is always a cause of distress and should be avoided by all means.
Now, what would be the happiness in ignorance? Just like that hunter who will kill the animals half and see them suffering, enjoy that. So the happiness, their happiness lies in other suffering. That is what. Text number 39. Yadagrejanu bandeja sukham mohanam nidralasya pramad uttam tattamasam udaharatam. Somebody else read out loudly.
Happiness which is blind to self-realization, which is illusion from beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion, is said to be the nature of mode of ignorance.
Hare Krishna. So we finish with the 39th verse, right? Let's take a look at the text number 40. Na tadasti prithivyam va divi deveshu vapana satvam prakrite jay muktam yadevai syat trive gunah. There is no being existing either here among the demigods or the higher planet system which is free from these three modes of material nature. The Lord here summarizes the total influence of the three modes of material nature all over the universe. Now 41 to 55 will be discussion on Varnashrama Dharma. Varnashrama Dharma based on Guna Karma Vibhagasa. After establishing that everything is based on the modes of material nature, now how the Varnashrama is divided according to goodness, passion, ignorance. That will discussion. Text number 41. Brahmana Kshatriya Visha Sudrana Cha Parantava Karmani Praviktani Swabhava Pravaya Gunahe. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes of nature. O chastiser of the enemy. Text number 42, sorry. Okay. I lead out that shloka and somebody can read the translation quickly here. Okay. Shamodamastapa saucham shant ajavamevacha jnanam vijnanavasekyam brahma karma sabhavajam. Qualities of a Brahmana.
Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas
Shauryam tejodite daksham yudhe chapi apalayanam danam ishwar bhavastha shatram karma sabhavajam. Kshatriya.
heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the natural qualities of for the
Krishigo rakshya vanijyam vaishya karma svabhavajam paricharyatmakam karma sudrasyapi svabhavajam.
farming, cow protection, and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Sudras, there are labor and service to others.
Section 45. Swe swe karmani virataha samsiddhim labate naraha swakarma virataha siddhim yatha vindati tachunu.
By following these qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this can be done.
Hare Krishna. So for today, we'll pause here and conclude here for today. We'll continue from tomorrow. Continue our discussion tomorrow from text number 46. Jagadru Srila Prabhupada ki Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Thank you everyone for joining in. And in case any questions, you can